Hi, Cream. Happy Easter.
Hiya. Do we need new equipment?
I don't think so.
You were fiddling with that before this podcast started.
Like, you know when you have to wiggle your phone charger. You know you've plugged it in, but it's not charging.
Aye. But when your phone gets to that point, when your phone charger gets to that point, when you're like wrapping it around and you're standing it on the charger that's going into the bottom at a particular angle. And you're like, don't come in the front door because there's a breeze and it shuggles it, so only come in through the window
the worst,
on the second floor.
The worst bit is when your phone runs out of battery, there's no visual cue of whether you've got it lined in right or not. So you're just gambling, like you'll put it in, give it the little wiggle that you'd normally give it.
Yeah.
And because it doesn't like come up with a little lightning bolt or a little vibration or anything, you're just
hoping.
You're just like, yep, well, I'm in the train station, I'm plugged in, my ticket's on there, I might not be getting home.
Yeah. Do you reckon that's what prayer feels like?
Absolutely.
Just going, I hope so. Whatever's out there, go on.
The amount of prayers that gone unanswered, like you just quit, wouldn't you? You're just going, oh, for fuck's sake.
No.
Look,
maybe you've got very unselfish religious people out there, or who have like just they're like, well, I mean, of course, they've got people that be like people who believe in horoscopes. So they're just like, oh, I hope for a good day. Dear Lord, please give my family good health. And then like every day that does happen, which is most days, they'll be like, look, hey, he's good. He's not killed my kid. He's not killed my wife. I'm still here. My knees work.
I think prayer can work, but not in the way they think it works.
Well, I mean, prayer can work in the same way that gambling works. So you can guess what's going to happen.
No, but also, you know that like whole fucking Gav New Age religion, like my brother has that New Age religion of like putting stuff out into the universe.
Aye.
Like, I think there is something in that. There is something in saying out loud that you're going to do something. It makes it more likely that you're going to do it. But like,
I don't know if it makes it more likely.
There will be a little bit of that law of attraction if you're putting shit out there.
I don't know. I just think
if you're putting shit out there, whether it's in the form of a prayer into the ether, or just like a Facebook status that's like fucking. Like, I think there is something in that.
Okay, but
not hocus pocus though.
But I think the thing is that if you're the type of cunt who says shit out loud and writes a vision board, you're probably going to put a lot of effort into things.
Aye.
Like it's not like that's it's not actually doing anything. It's
but when I say there's something in it, that's what I mean.
Aye, that's the thing.
So I kind of get that. I get that people do it because something might come, but not the way they think it is. Not that God's answering their prayer.
I've never put anything out into the universe apart from hatred and lies.
And that's all you get back. It's the law of attraction.
No, my life's going great. Like I get a lot of people who pay for that. You know, there's a market for it now.
I sell hatred and lies.
Yeah, man. Hey, people are buying. Not lies so much. Types of lies. You know.
Like,
I mean, that certainly ties into religion, just selling hate and lies.
Is a spun story a lie? Is spinning lying?
Well, yeah, definitely, absolutely. If you heighten up a fucking story, you will absolutely lie.
Is hyperbole lying?
Yes, it is. Especially
is revealing just some of the truth to mislead people into thinking.
No, that's not.
You're leading someone to their own lie if you give them a statistic that makes something look good, but you leave out a key variable.
Aye. Well, I mean, that's what I did. That's
I'm just saying, are you telling lies?
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe not the next show. I've not decided yet. I don't think I've ever outright. No, I've definitely lied to an audience's face regularly. It's been a pleasure to be here.
It's when you'll do that thing where you go, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's nice to say it's a pleasure to be here. You didn't want to. I wasn't saying that to Sheffield last week or whatever, right? God,
yeah,
I've seen you say that to the crowd, and then them be your guy.
Yeah.
Then they're the ones that you went.
Aye. He just gets that reaction. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, it's you tomorrow, just so you know.
And also, the fact is, like, all of your crowds are quite nice. Even the bad ones are actually dead nice compared to a bad crowd.
Aye, but I will still. Anyone that's ever come to see me live, if I've ever seen on stage "Hey, this show the other day was fucking shit and I hate all those cunts." That was always true. That is genuinely not. That's not something I say every night. If you were there the time I was in Glasgow and I was like, everyone in Kilmarnock can die, real, genuine, just for you.
So, I mentioned I was doing Barry Dodds' podcast, and one of his questions was, because it's about ghosts, but like contrived, went, what was your worst death? And he asked us if I'd had any deaths on tour with you, and we've had gigs that are below standard, and we've had even gigs back in the day before Conan and everything, right? That, I wouldn't say that was a death.
Oh, not for you, was it?
Or you, because you brought us back on.
20 minutes of my material, 5 minutes of turning the audience against me.
Dublin was probably the closest to a death, but also even the small gigs that were really poorly attended, like Fort William and the Leeds ones back in like 2011, they weren't deaths, they were just awkward for us because you turned up to a place that with a little bit of hype about it, and then everyone feels like they've backed the wrong horse because the room's empty.
Have we not bombed at Peebles before? Isn't that why that was fucking blacklisted?
Was that not a preview?
Or did we just fucking hate everyone?
I think it was just quiet. It was just like, it wasn't a death. Because death for me is like everybody in the room's talking out of the top of you because they've given up on listening. Or you can hear a pin drop.
Well, that's it.
It's like, it's where the audience...
That's a death. The other one's a corporate, right? You can't, like, don't get me wrong, corporate deaths are deaths.
A corporate death, though, isn't it? Like junglers. I've been at junglers where they've just went, I'd rather talk to my mates, and they'll talk to their mates at the table. So you're not bombing to silence, but you're not bombing to laughter.
Do you not consider junglers corporates? Just very low paid.
They didn't pay enough to be corporates.
Or on time enough.
But they needed the same skill set.
When was the last time you did a corporate?
I'd done before the pandemic. I haven't done one since. I'd done a hotel awards show. And they liked it when I was talking about them. But when I started getting into material, I started losing them and had to like pull back out of it and be back in the room. The second section, they were a bit drunk and chatty. But
was it like a hosting?
Yeah, but I didn't have to give away the awards. I had to bring on the people who gave away the awards. Okay. So I wasn't hosting on and off. I had to like warm the crowd up to hand over to the award givers and then go back on and announce some other shit like a prize or whatever.
And how many people were we talking and what kind of room?
It was a room with big round tables with everybody sat around them, so some of them back to you.
Aye.
Right, and each table was its own hotel, so you'd have like the Marriott and the Hilton and represent like... Holiday Inn were there?
Fuck off.
I was like, yeah. Who's plus one are you?
Holiday Inn? That is madness.
But that like got us off the blocks, that. What if
and did they, when you commented on that, were all the other hotels like, they are the fucking worst, and did they know?
That was like when I seen the meme where the hounds are running, there's just a fox in amongst them. It was very known. It was very like, I was like, who fucking blagged you in? I got pictures of someone. Did one of the people who give the awards who'd fucking use your room for an affair?
It's like that time that Gretna Green got promoted to the SPL, and you were like, there's 16,000 people live in your city.
You're a service station.
Shouldn't
you be playing against Weatherby?
Fuck off, mate. I mean, it's nice to see you, but do one.
I've got before I forget, I've got a fairly funny story of something that happened quite recently. In fact, just yesterday, I went to the tune match after Matty's party, and we'll talk about that as well. We'll talk about Matty's engagement party.
No, you mean Amia's engagement party?
Amia's engagement party.
Yeah. The
poster on the door.
Aye.
Welcome in.
Posters overselling it.
The photocopy. The photocopy on the door.
It wasn't even an A3. It was an A4 bit of paper.
The ink was from the newspaper, which is probably why they left Matty's name off. They didn't want to use too much ink. And Mia's engagement party when I turned up. But we'll get back to that in a minute. Matty the Pincer. Went at the Newcastle game. Right, we're not going to talk about football at all, but let's just say Newcastle won emphatically. With a really last-minute winner against the grain when we were getting battered.
There we go.
And it was like the fucking stadium erupted, man. Everyone's fucking Like I'm hungover, but like not anymore. You know what I mean? I'm just like
instant cure.
Instant, like my fucking adrenaline's through the roof. Like I'm buzzing, right? And I'm in Newcastle. I've come straight from the party, which was in Manchester. So come across the M62 up the road into the stadium. We hangover, and Natalie's away back up to Glasgow, and I'm going straight on the train as soon as I finish. Right, and I get on the train. I'm still up ahead off the match. Right. I'm travelling first class because that's who I am now.
Hey, you don't have to. You don't have to justify yourself to me. I got you here. You're welcome.
I treat myself with your money. If you want to know where it's going, Daniel.
I'm good. Hey,
it's going on the finer things.
You're spending it right in my books, then.
So the drink cart comes along, right? I get myself a wine, right?
Oh, aye.
And then the food cart.
Have you had any booze at the match? Sorry.
No, you know what? I had myself a Bovril.
Is that what was in that cup in the picture you said?
I had a fucking cup of gravy at the match.
Aye. I don't think I've ever had Bovril. For our international listeners, please explain not only what the fuck it is, but also why the fuck it is.
It's meat stock. It's gravy. It's just beef. It's like a pot. It's like a hot chocolate, but instead of chocolate, they used a cow.
Aye, but they've not. It's not like a bouillon cube or whatever they're fucking called. It's not like an OXO cube.
It's like granules, gravy granules. I think. I've never made one, but like you can get the pots of them. So I imagine the pots just like where you get your coffee, like
Is that what? Is that really what it is? It's just fucking gravy.
I've never knocked one up myself, but I think it's just gravy. Aye.
I've
only ever had a Bovril at the match.
Aye. And where does it come from? Is it
It's beef.
I know, you fucking twat.
Cow.
Like, not what animal. like why is it? Is it?
I'm going to guess a field in Yorkshire. At a punt, field in Yorkshire. Where's it from?
No, I said like what?
What do you think I'm going to say in the south?
No, aye, is it a Geordie thing? Like, did it start just at fucking foot? Is it a minor thing?
Right, based on nothing but gut instinct, it is absolutely northern.
Right, okay. Aye, you've just on a whim.
Aye, but I'd put me fucking mortgage on it. If somebody was like, "Oh no, it originated in Spain," I'd be like, "Fuck you."
So, is it nice?
Are you looking at Bovril origins now?
Of course I am.
Is it nice? Well, yeah, it's a cup of meat. It's meat soup.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Meat soup's really nice. Like, you were just it's just fucking gravy. It's what you put over. It's what you put over meat. It's not meat soup. It's gravy in a diff. Instead of a gravy bowl, you're just pouring it in your fucking gullet.
Who's the soup Nazi now? It's literally fucking beef stock.
It's fucking aye, and that does not a soup make. It's because there's got to be more.
Next, you're going to be telling me super noodles is ramen.
It's fucking not. Otherwise, it'd be called super ramen or rad ramen.
Let's make that.
That's the only bit of much we get into.
Rad ramen.
Rad ramen noodles. I mean,
did you find out the Bovril origins?
Bovril was you're fucking welcome, world. Bovril was invented by the Scottish entrepreneur John Lawson Johnston. Fucking hold on, let's say that name again.
He double-barreled his name.
Not only
in medieval Scotland, because it wasn't just invented yesterday, Bovril.
John Lawson Johnston. So okay, I thought he was Johnson and Lawson. I thought he was the son of two people. I thought it was like you can't be a John and Johnston.
Hi, what is he a fucking...
They gave him a middle name.
Is he a vaccination?
Who built a factory in Quebec, Canada to cope with his enormous windfall from the French Ministry of War. What? He used meat offcuts to make...
He built a factory to cope with his money.
To
cope with his windfall.
Oh, God, I've got so much money.
Oh, my God, I need it, like, ugh.
Oh, God, you know what? I've got so much money, I've just got to make pâté. Can somebody get me a couple of hundred geese? It's just, I recently... No, you wouldn't fucking believe it.
That's the coping mechanism?
Sorry, the Iranian Secretary of State owed me $5 billion. So I've just decided to open up a little ranch. To cope with his enormous windfall from the French Ministry of War. No further explanation. Why was the Scottish entrepreneur owed a favour?
Why was he profiteering from war?
Did he beat him in one-on-one combat?
I can't believe I've just been in Newcastle United, owned by the Saudis, and my ethical cross of the line was drinking Bovril from a war criminal.
This is getting worse, man. Hold on.
He sold Jewish people's gold teeth to fund his Bovril. How did he profit from war?
I mean, I will absolutely look into that, but let me get to this is just a paragraph. This isn't an article yet. This is just
the cliff notes.
Yeah, this is just here's who the guy is and who invented it. He used beef offcuts to make fluid beef, which for some reason is capitalised at the start as if it's a name or a deity.
At least it's capitalised and I'll put in quotation marks because I'll have fucking questions about like fluid beef. You know what I mean? Taps nose.
It's cocaine.
Does cocaine not have enough names?
You got a couple of grams of fluid beef. I fucking beg your pardon, sir. Who do you think I am? Do you think I'm out here cutting my coke with fucking OXO cubes?
It's definitely steroids, fluid beef.
He used beef offcuts to make fluid beef, which he renamed Bovril for the words boss, the Latin for cow, cool, fine, and vril, meaning electric fluid. So that must have been the cocaine.
Aye. Electric fluid. Vril. I think electric fluid could have a better name than vril.
Vril. And also, why did Latin have a word for electric fluid? You didn't have electricity.
Yeah, I'm spotting plot holes here. History.
Okay, there you go. Okay, yeah. So it's sold in distinctive bulbous jar and as cubes and granules.
It's a fluid it's a spoonful of.
So that's what it means. Also, it's fluid meat. That's the.
It's like
Bovril can be
more
made,
like a stock pot.
Can be made into a drink. Quotation marks. Here they are. Here, you ready for the quotation marks?
Quotation marks.
Beef tea.
Beef tea.
Diluting it with hot water, or less commonly with milk.
Oh,
hold on! You can't reunite them together. You can't reunite them after the fact.
That's so morbid. That's so morbid. I always even find like if you you never see a chicken omelette, say. This is something fucking super morbid, and just getting the chicken again right there. You can. I'll just mix it with your kid and eat you.
Oh, but you must get. Hold on, I've seen a meme about that, so there's got to be. There is one. There will be one.
That's just a tribute. That's not the greatest meme in the world.
No.
So
okay. Oh, fucking here we go. Right, so this is fascinating. So in 1870, in the Franco-Prussian War, Napoleon III ordered 1 million. So that's not.
This is becoming thematic. This podcast.
So by the way, this is not Napoleon. This isn't Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon III is Napoleon's nephew, right? Because he couldn't, with his long love, Jocelyn, she couldn't get pregnant, and he was like, "Look, I love you so much, but like I'm Napoleon. I've got to have."
So not
kids.
Napoleon, but
not even. I don't even think of this lineage. I think it was one of his brothers or his sister's sons who he just really liked, and he.
Now what nephew is.
Aye. How dare you? The Gaul, sir.
Speaking of Gaul, let me get back to the French Revolution.
So this will be his nephew. Ordered 1 million cans of beef to feed his troops. The task of providing this went to John Lawson Johnson, a Scottish butcher living in Canada. Large quantities of beef were available across the British dominions in South America, but transport and storage was problematic. Therefore, Johnson created a product known as Johnson's Fluid Beef, later called Bovril, to meet Napoleon's needs. By 1888, over 3,000 UK public houses, grocers, dispensing chemists. Chemists! Oh, this is back when the chemists were fucking mental, man. They were cowboys back in the day. Hey, you got a sore stomach? Do you want some fucking coke? No, man, you lost 2 feet. I'll tell you what, I'll keep you dancing. A heap of gear.
Hey, you got a chesty cough? I've got these menthol cigarettes in the back.
So it was a war foods in World War I. So, I mean, that's where he must have got all of his money from.
So anyway, they still sell it in Newcastle.
That's fucking mad.
Yeah, I've lost sound. Yeah, but it still seems to be working.
There you go. Sorry.
Sorry,
that's
no. I'm glad
the greatest crossover ever, and as somebody who's studied the French Revolution, you didn't. I actually find that very interesting. Huh?
You've just added the origins of Bovril to your French Revolution knowledge.
Yeah. Well, it's after the fact. It's the epilogue.
When you're wheeling that out at parties, that is correct. Yeah. So I had my Bovril. I wasn't gonna drink because I'd been drinking the last 2 nights, right? And I'm fucking. I'm at the match, nice sunny afternoon, and all that. Could have had a pint, but I was just like, right.
Oh, it's too hot. Right, I'll tell you what, I'll have fluid meat. I couldn't possibly have a coffee or a tea. Do you want a pint? Do you want a water? No, thank you, not at all. No. Liquid beef, please.
You are literally using my argument against me when I told you off for drinking soup in the desert of Arizona.
I ate soup in an air-conditioned airport.
In the desert.
In the desert.
So.
It's bougie, if anything.
I get on the train. I'm on the train alone. Khan, who I'm at the match with, goes home with his wife and child. And I get on the train back to Glasgow. And the card comes and I get a wine. Right, the food card comes and I get a Coronation chickpea sandwich. I'm in first class at 2 a.m. now. Right, and then the drinks card comes again. And I've been watching all the fucking fallout from the match, like watching all the stuff on Twitter and all the interviews and everything, right? I'm just fucking buzzing off it, right? And she comes along and I'm like, you know what? Can I have a whiskey? And she just looked at us confused and she was like, whiskey? Like, did you ask the food card when they come by? I was like, well, I didn't think to ask the food card. I didn't know what she was getting at, right? I was like, maybe they sell it. It's not on the free drinks list.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you know what? Never mind. I was just going to celebrate Newcastle winning. I'll have another wine, please, instead. So there's no whiskey. Settle for a wine. She pours us a glass of wine, right? She goes off with the fucking drinks card. The food cart guy comes and finds us. And he's like, did you ask for a biscuit? And I just replayed myself. Can I have a biscuit, please? I think I'm going to celebrate Newcastle winning.
Do you all have a Scooby snack?
Look, my team won. I'm really going to treat myself.
Oh, is that?
We're going to put Easter weekend. I'm feeling a little bit naughty.
I didn't splurge and have a champagne or a pint of the match, right? I just had some beef tea. just to settle my stomach and wet me beak. And now I'd like a dry biscuit.
At the time, at half-time, it was 1-1. I wasn't going to get all out. Beef tea, please. But now glory is in our hands. Now Premiership safety is secured.
Aye.
Please, my lady.
You got a rich tea there, love?
Do you have a biscuit? Not even a specific kind
Just
of
biscuit.
a biscuit. Lord needs a biscuit. So play it out even further.
Right. Do you have a shit accent or are you a stupid cunt?
I said whiskey.
You did. So should I?
I'm in Newcastle, man. I can speak how I want here. This is how we speak.
Aye. Where was she from?
The south.
Right.
It had come from London, and I'm guessing that it was gone back in that direction.
She
well.
was like, these they love their biscuits. Their wee ration biscuits.
Fucking love that.
It's just got all the goods, flour and fucking meat, just all in this big bun that you sort of
sugar and butter.
And you kick them down the fucking mounds and they eat their little biscuits, gnawing and whatever. He wants his biscuit. His team won. His team won. He wants a biscuit. Of course he's a Geordie. He came out the mines. He watched his team win a match. He wants a little biscuit to gnaw on in the shade.
So play it out, right? Play it out. Newcastle won. I thought I'd celebrate it and have a biscuit. But if you haven't got any biscuits, a wine will do. I will settle for the next best thing. Grapes. Fermented grapes. And not only did she pour me the glass of wine, but she was like, I'll get this man his victory biscuit. And she went and found the guy with the food trolley.
I've thought of a joke to make myself laugh. I'm sorry. Can I get a whiskey? Oh, yeah, sure, love. Yeah? Yeah, 2 fingers. And she comes back with a Kit Kat. Thanks for that big setup, mate.
It's all right, man.
Yeah, I can't believe we wrote that sketch before this.
Oh, that's one of them. Well,
Natalie would go. How long have you been sitting on that one?
How long have you waited till that joke? You're like, it's better if I wrote it. It's way more creative from my point of view if I wrote it from scratch. The fact that it needed life to go my way just for that one punchline.
Clip it.
That's a good one.
Aye. You see that? I don't know if we talked about this the other week, but Gareth Waugh, G-Tip, one of his clips on Insta about when he was playing Backyard Comedy Club or whatever. Have you watched it yet? Oh man, it's one of those comedy gods handed you a fucking audience member who sets you up for, the punchline. It's aye.
And they got it on for him to have the camera rolling when that happens, because
I think they're one of the clubs that just has it.
Is it good? Because so many of them are lost to the ether. Them moments, right? Like there's been so many moments of Punch Drunk for like loads of acts where I'm just like, why the fuck we don't record this for these moments?
Well, no, I think that's the fucking fun of it. Like, and again, and as we know, it's never as funny when you repeat it or it's outside.
As when you're in the room.
Aye.
But this one travelled.
Aye.
So what was the bit? Can we put it on?
No, just go on Gareth Waugh's Instagram and it'll be
Gareth.
there. Aye, and it's that clip. Oh God! Right, okay. Let's talk about.
Well, talk about your little friend on your head.
Well, because if there's anyone watching on the
full HD, the 4K, we can see. You know what it looks like? It looks like you've burnt yourself with the straighteners.
It does. But does my hair reach there?
No.
Right.
No.
That's why I'm saying it. I'm trying to cover it.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It wasn't there when I started.
I'm stuck in some sort of time loop. No great story. Great story.
So for people listening, most of you,
I've got a little calf crescent type.
Aye, it's like,
guess from the shape. Guess what I bashed my head off of. There's the game.
Oh, so it wasn't a spot that you try to dig out with a spoon.
I don't get spots. I get like 2 spots a year, maybe.
Yeah.
I've got very, very good skin.
I'm actually with you on that.
Aye.
I don't get spots, really.
My conspiracy theory that I 100% believe in is the reason that men get less spots than women is because we've not been fucking rubbing shit in our face since we're 13 years old.
And I was like, what drew you to that conclusion?
Like, I've never had to do anything to my face. People are like, your skin's so good. And I'm like, yeah, it's drug abuse, alcohol abuse, and just... Do you wash your face? When I'm in the shower, kind of, as in water runs over it.
I'd never wash my face with soap.
No, not unless I've got something on it. Like, not unless I'm getting face paint off.
Even then, it'll
be like to the fair.
Even then, it'll not even be like soap that I use. It'll be like me auntie's spit on a bit of a cardigan.
But
she's been dead for years, but I kept a bottle.
And the cardigan.
When she was in a coma, like she was drooling, I just was like, I'm going to need that when you're gone.
Nothing else removes. If you can find me something that removes stains better, I'll stop using it. But until then,
so you've banged your head.
Get from the shape. Guess.
Right. That's either the corner of a kitchen cupboard.
Okay.
Right. So the kitchen cupboard's open. And you like dive in head first to grab a cup with your teeth.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Right, and you bang the head. 2, you've brought the boot down when you're not fully out of it yet.
Oh no!
All right, the trunk for the Americans.
The Tesla closes the boot very slowly and safely. So
you just press
that's ludicrous.
You press the little button, walk away, and everyone's got a good 10 minutes to steal from your boot.
Aye, it does seem a long while. Like you have to kind of stand by the car for a bit just to make.
Come on, I need a piss.
Go to sleep. Come on, down you go.
So it's not the boot.
No,
it's not the cupboard door.
Mm-mm.
Is it anything Oh, is it like baby related? Is it like are you doing something where you're building, where you're setting up something?
Nah, it's way more boring. Went into like a dark cover to pick where I've got my broom and my dustpan and everything. Yeah. And I bent over and just one of them.
Broom shank yourself?
Aye, right between the eyes.
Like the blunt end of a broom shank?
Oh, not only the blunt end, but like a plastic one with its hollow and
it's got like a little hook on.
Aye, but the hook had fallen off, so just like the ring.
Oh, right, aye.
Could have been worse. Could have come out in like a full fucking circle, and then, but I mean, it's still not. Yeah. It's still not great.
Did it bleed?
A little bit.
Or like Mick Foley? Did you come out there?
Mick Foley, the only other man that bleeds.
But he did used to actually cut his own forehead in fights, didn't he, to bleed out?
Aye, and they all, back in the good old days when they, ECW and everything, they used to just hit each other with actual barbed wire. Aye. Instead of nowadays when they just throw themselves on top of things.
And I've only ever watched it in that period of time.
Oh, the Attitude Era. Like it was the best.
It was the TLC matches.
Aye, Edge and Christian, Dudley Boys.
Yeah, the Hardy Boys.
Aye,
aye. Triple H and Mick Foley were really going at it. Hell for Leather, Hammer and Tongue.
Oh, Hell in a Cell.
Aye,
going at it. Aye. Were you there when Stone Cold Steve Austin turned heel?
Probably, yeah. Aye, that was about then, wasn't it?
Vince McMahon. Oh, no, hold on. I've got that fucking wrong. Where was it? The Rock? No. Aye. Stone Cold turned heel, kicked this out of The Rock, because that was when The Rock was off to do The Mummy or with Scorpion King or whatever it was. So they were like, you need to be out for 3 months. What a mad fucking career he's had.
Aye. And he's probably going to get into politics, isn't he?
No, he said he's staying out of it.
Is he?
Aye. He's like
I feel like
because everyone talks about it, and I think he's doing the right thing, right? He's like, man,
because that's only going to be a letdown when he does it, isn't it? Like you just get fucking roped. Like I
mean, look, it's all chaos and nothing matters anymore. So I mean, can it be worse than anything we've had in like the last 10 years?
I'd be there for it, but I'd be really sad. I'd be really sad when it come crumbling down.
Aye,
like,
but I'd watch it with.
I don't want his bubble to ever burst, and I feel like that's the only way it could is if he got into politics.
Aye, he's a Republican.
Is he?
Aye. Of course he is. He's rich.
Aye.
There's always I don't know which million it is. I don't know whether it's like a million or a billion, but there's one point when you're like, well, I mean, it's definitely within my interest to just give up my morals at this point.
What could The Rock do to just maintain his status as global treasure?
I might have said this before, but I'm fucking putting it. Right, you know what? We've just said earlier on in the podcast we want to manifest things in the universe, right? So I'm going to say something out loud that I want to exist so much. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, everything he touches movie-wise turns to gold. Right. He's done everything. He's done action movies. He's done rom-coms.
And even when the movies are bad, they're good.
Aye, because it's The Rock. You watch it. He's done CGI. He's done games that were turned into movies. He's done kids stuff. He's done everything. Tell you what, he's not done Christmas movies.
He hasn't done it. The Rock hasn't done a Christmas movie.
The Rock hasn't done a Christmas movie. So
who the fuck played the Grinch?
God, I would watch the Hedge Grinch.
It's the Hulk.
Oh yeah, so
you just want to watch the Hulk.
So the movie I want, one of the greatest Christmas movies of all time that you have to watch every year, is Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right, it's the one where spoiler alert, needs this doll for his kid. Sold out everywhere. The whole entire movie, it's just him trying to find this doll. Doesn't get it. At the end of the movie, in fact, at the movie does get it, but gives it to like the bad guy's kid, and in an act of like solidarity, and he's a good kid, and he's like, I don't need the Turbo Man doll because my dad's the real Turbo Man because Arnie was Turbo. You've all seen it.
I haven't.
Have you not?
So thanks.
Oh, it's fucking piping. It's a Christmas movie.
I've only got into really watching Christmas movies since the couple of times I've spent up here in December.
Aye.
And I've watched like a few really good ones with you, but not that one.
Jingle All the Way is not. Don't go.
My favourite one was that one where the dealer was the fucking Ghost of Christmas Future, Past and Present. The
Night Before. That's very good. It's a very good one. You also enjoyed the Muppets Christmas Carol.
I loved that, and I enjoyed the Grinch, and I hadn't seen any of them. Like I only seen them in recent years.
Jingle All the Way, cheesy as fuck. This is like peak 90s, and it's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, right? So it's a bit. It's not a bit. It's very fucking 90s. So take all of it with a fucking pinch of salt. Like there's literally a scene where a police officer, like, he goes into a radio station because they're doing a giveaway of the doll, and it's the only way he can think to get the prize. But he phones in and he doesn't get it, so he just decides to break into the radio station to try and steal it. Turns out the thing's not in there, the doll's not there, but the postie in there, who's his enemy, who's trying to also get the doll, comes in, has a package, and he goes, I work in the post office, this is a bomb, right? We get posties all the time. Give me that, or everyone fucking let me go, etc. And then a police officer takes this package, and it's like, it's not a bomb. It's never a bomb. People make these claims all of the time.
This was before 2001 as well.
Of course it is. Well, they're just all making bomb jokes. Everyone's laughing about it. It's in a building. This next scene is from outside. All the windows blow out of the building. And then it goes back to the police officer's face, and it's like black and his hair's back. It's
before 2001.
Yes, aye.
This stuff didn't happen in real life.
You want to do that movie, but with The Rock as the dad trying to do it, but instead it's not a remake, it's a sequel. The Rock plays the kid who you see in the movie of the bad guy's kid, all grown up. And as a dad now, he wants to get the toy for his kid, and then...
You're going to pitch that?
I'm not pitching it. I'm putting it out there in the universe.
Okay.
If anyone in fucking Hollywood, if The Rock, if you're watching this... just fucking make it. I want that movie so much.
Yeah, The Rock, if you're watching this, please subscribe. No, for £3 a month.
Yeah, thanks for subscribing to Patreon, actually, Dwayne. That's very, very kind of you.
It's the Monday episode. He could be in the cheap seats.
Aye. That would gut me. I thought that would be worse than him not listening.
We've got a bit of time left. I want to talk about my... Mic gone off? Yeah, we do need new equipment, as you mentioned at the beginning.
Aye, so I mean...
So come on, Rock, please, to help fund this podcast, we need a new cable.
Aye. But, I mean, we should, because I'm just going to call us out on this. We do get money from Patreon. Aye. And we're just putting it towards my stag do at the moment. We should probably...
No, we're not.
Are we not?
No, we've put it towards loads of little clips. The footage that we've been getting done. Thank you to everyone who's subscribed on Dad Tier as well. You're on the credits at the end of the video because you provide us with the money to put the videos on. We're also going to use it to cut it down into loads of little clips. We've got 90 clips getting commissioned, and we're going to release them daily.
Oh, yes.
Or like a minute long on Reels and that. We might even start a TikTok.
Okay. So, I think I already have a TikTok.
We're going to use that.
Okay. I don't use it, by the way.
So just saying, like, we've got all the equipment. I'd also like to do something with your studio as well. Mm-hmm. But we've also...
Oh, yeah, we'll get this turned into...
We've also spent a bit on mini clips that people can enjoy.
Okay.
Because you know how, like, you may like watching a full 90-minute game, but the best is, like, match of the day, innit? You just want the highlights, you want to see the goals.
And also that's to entice other cunts in.
But it's also for you to enjoy.
Oh. It's not. It's to get new fucking listeners. You morons already here. Fucking got yous. Where do you think you're going? Get back in here. Get back in. You've listened to this for too long to leave now. You fucking stay.
You're not going new, like.
We're both fat and ugly, right? And none of us will survive out there in the world alone. Okay.
This was Sloss and Humphries on the road. Now he's got a kid. I've got a dog. Like, we've been doing all the podcasts from a studio.
Speaking of dogs, stay. Stay. Fucking anywhere.
So we went to Matty's engagement party. This is what I want to talk about.
We went to Mia's engagement party.
Now, I don't know if you know this, but Matty's a muckle paedophile. He's he's actually not right. I transpired that. I mean, even though Matty's 40 next year, and Mia's 27. And we've been calling him a nonce.
I mean, that's 13 years. That's 13 years.
Right, because of all of these things, right? We've just because of this age gap, right? We've been doing that, but at what point you just have to just take a step back and go, he's a bit of a legend. It's hard to say out loud. It's hard to say out loud, but if you're playing Champ Manager, Football Manager, as called now, that's when the players are at their most valuable because they've got another good contract in them and another 20 goals a season left in them, right?
27, not 40.
Right, when they're 27, when they're 27-year-old, that's when you'll get the biggest price tag off the player. That's when they're at their premium. And he's getting engaged to a lass who's 27 and an absolute premium.
Oh, shit, sorry.
And I mean, she looked mint at the party as well. I would have absolutely betrayed my wife and Matty. just to peck her on the cheek.
Which she would have let you do, and neither of them would take that as a betrayal. That's quite a normal thing between friends.
And that's actually how I greeted her. And I walked away like, yes,
fucking enjoy those knives in your back, sluts. I wonder what I'll do to Danny next.
I went and shook Cara's hand and I was like, yes. This is the thing, right? Matty looks really young for his age.
He does?
Mia looks like, I mean, I was going to say she looks old for her age, but like when he met her, she was 24, but like you wouldn't have looked at her and went, oh, that's a 24.
Didn't look young, and also she's a very mature person. She's definitely...
She's like when them two are having a conversation, you wouldn't be like, oh, he's like, she doesn't seem 13 years younger than him.
No, I've had conversation. You know when you have a conversation with someone, and this happens to me often. I've been on both sides of it. But you know this when you have a conversation with someone and you just... It's never a big warning in the back of your head, but your brain just at one point lets you know who's smarter at the pair of you. You go, oh, it's me, I'm the smart one. That's very interesting. They just said something like, oh, cool, I'm smarter. Or eventually, like with Amia, she'll say something, I'm like, I'm the dumber one here. Okay, that's good to just so I know mentally in my head. So and I'm smarter than Mai, so she's at least like 3 points up there. So
she's clearly going out with someone older, because if she goes out with someone that's 25 or whatever, she'll just be like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Look, let's not get into the conspiracy theories of why we think a young, beautiful woman would be with a 4-year-old man with heart problems. Let's not. Who's
already give 3 houses away.
Yeah, let's not.
In previous relationships.
And let's not read into any of that or suggest anything should be taken from that. Those are just two separate bits of information that should not be used together to come up with any slander or lies. She's a good person, and if Matty dies soon.
So without bringing any of that up, they're a good match.
Very good match.
They look good together.
They do.
Right.
They would have very good looking kids.
I'll tell you who doesn't look good together in a room. His mates and her mates.
Oh, yeah.
It was this clash of worlds because,
young, attractive men and women between the ages of 21 and 29.
Yeah,
dressed well,
dressed like they were out in Manchester on a bank holiday weekend.
Yeah,
right.
They've spent some time doing themselves
glitz,
up.
Glamour,
nice clothes, smell nice, looking good.
Aye,
and
Matthew's
friends,
haggard Geordies. Matthew's friends who look old, man. Like
Matty looks young for the group, which means every one of his friends looks 10 years older than him and are also sometimes 5 years older than him.
There was a lot of fat bald men in amongst all them pretty young women.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was so, and also
I think that's why they kept the lights on for so long.
The lights were so bright.
I think that's why.
I was like, have I been flashbanged here? It was like the lights were at a level where it was like last orders have been called, you need to leave. So there was just this like kind of almost, the night's almost over feeling about the night from the minute we got there. And all of Matty's mates were like, can we bring the lights to the bit? I'm getting absolutely revealed in here.
Yeah. And they were like, not a chance, you bald fucking nonce. These lights are staying up and we've got our eyes on every last one of yous. We've met Geordies before.
They're glistening away like fucking disco balls underneath the light.
None of you have had your little biscuits, so you're all fucking randy. You've been at the bar. Every single one of you's been at the bar for the past couple of hours, been like, can I get some biscuits? Can I get some biskies? 2 fingers, 3 fingers, on ice. You're mental.
It was just such a funny room full of people. I was like, I don't even know if they were expecting that, because the two of them together, if you saw a room full of Matty and Amias, that would just be fucking, you know, a happening venue.
Aye,
that would be the place you want to be drinking.
And if you had a room full of just Matty's friends, that's a working men's club.
That's a working men's club.
That's what it is, and their wives.
Aye, it's like a bar called the Black Diamond. You know, it's like there's something's head.
Aye.
I thought it was very funny.
I did not stay we went down with a baby. We did our first trip out, not in our bed that night with our son. and without slandering any more hotels than Holiday Inn Express, and that's because they were above their station. There's another hotel which is perfectly fine for the common people, I imagine.
I think it's quite a middle ground where you were, actually.
Okay.
I would say it's above Holiday Inn, but below the...
Well, it's
below the Hilton.
It's below my fucking standards, that's what it was.
Well, let's just say the jury's out.
Whoops. Staff were lovely. Look, it's just... We were like, can we have like a cacao for a 9-week old baby? They were like, yeah, absolutely.
They just pulled one of the drawers out and put some hay in it.
Oh man, that would have been way better.
It's Easter weekend. Let's just build a nativity in your room.
Oh, no, man. I think they came out. I think they removed balls from a ball pit and then just brought the empty. It was a crib for a 5-year-old. Yeah.
Do 5-year-olds have cribs?
Well, no. But this crib would stop a 5-year-old getting out.
It was like a safety cage.
Yeah.
It was like a safety cage for a trampoline.
So, yeah, and I'm like, man, no way. So we just put him on the floor and put that over the top of him, face down, like we caught a spider.
That's how you had to do.
No.
I don't know how to look after kids.
Fucking clearly. What do you think happens to him at night time that we have to like lock him in? During the day he's fine to just leave on the floor, but
But you keep an eye on him there, you're asleep otherwise. Do you know how to lock him in so in case he rolls off?
No.
You know, just roll places.
Man, he doesn't roll yet. He's still at the point where he's just, he's
quite under advanced, isn't he, for his age?
Oh, don't you dare let Cara hear you say that.
That's exactly why I'm saying it. And the off chance just listening. Even as a joke, she's just like fucking started whistling like a kettle. So you had the baby in the room. It was too hot.
Well, it was too hot. And also, the problem with British hotels is because Britain's only hot for like 2 months of the year, there's no point having aircon in any of the buildings because it would just not be worth getting it put on. We wouldn't get much use out of it and it'd just be a fucking waste of time. So what they do is they stick air conditioning stickers on the wall and just lie to you. And they're like, yeah, look, it's the controls there.
And they draw a vent on the wall with a biro.
Yeah, no, I think the vent's real to allow air to go between rooms of places and stuff.
Yeah.
But there's no fan.
You've never put your hand in front of it and felt like a real pressure of cold air coming out on a hot day.
It could fucking heat up the room. I'll tell you that, definitely. If it was like 21 degrees, you want it to be 24, they could give you the hot air from another room and...
Fucking hell, when are you in a 21 degree room wanting it to be 24?
I don't know.
I'm just sat here on my towel, just like trying to pour a bit of water on the coals.
Pour it on the radiator. So I phoned reception. I was like, look, I know the aircon doesn't work because we're in the United Kingdom. Is there any chance you've got like just a fan for the room? And like, yeah, we'll send someone up. And the guy turned up. I opened the door.
And he was like, will you sign the book?
He was a fan. because here's what he fucking did, right? He hands me a heater and goes, I know this is what you asked for. Sorry, we've got nothing else. Also, big fan. So here's 2 free drink tickets for the bar. I'm like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. I've just asked for a crib for my son, right, to sleep in. And you've been like, look, we can't do either of those things. And I know you were saying you were too hot. How about I get you everyone else's hair dryers?
How about I make you need a pint and then give you a free pint?
The bar was closed. It was 1 in the morning. Where was going to use it? You know I'm checking out tomorrow. Oh yeah, one for the road. Fuck it. He was a lovely man, but I'm not.
So yeah, he brought you the opposite of what you asked for.
Maybe, to be fair, they were definitely understaffed. And man, it's a fucking bank holiday weekend. I've got sympathy for everyone involved. So clearly, like, when I phoned down, they were clearly run off their feet. I'm like, it's not an emergency, bring it up when you can. So clearly, like, a note was left for someone. So I imagine it wasn't like, this person is too hot. They left heater needed or, fan, whatever, and somebody just went, well, this is what they meant.
Yeah, so you got it wrong.
Aye.
So here's something that I didn't realise is how much attachment people have to Easter. Until Matty had his party, the amount of folk complaining, going, what, that's on Easter weekend? You can't have it on Easter weekend.
Aye.
Like, surely that's the best time to have it because, like, you don't need to be at work on Monday, you're off on Friday.
No, but it's more like you can't throw a party in the middle of a city that nobody fucking lives in and make us all come in and pay for hotels on the busiest weekend.
So it was more to do with the accommodation thing.
Aye.
But Ricketts was complaining about it and he stayed at home. Is that because, like, he would normally go up to Scotland in his camper van and, like, that's when I
think he's just a miserable man.
I've got, like, 4 days off, so I'm going to spend 4 days.
It's a shred of joy in his body.
I feel like everybody, whether they were travelling in or whether they were there, were like, what, you're going to have your wedding on Christmas, are you? Like, it was that attitude of, like, what, on Easter? And I'm like, did I miss a memo? Where everyone gives a fuck about Easter?
Well, because it's also, like, a long... Yeah, maybe it is, because it's a long weekend, so you could have gone away. That's when you'd go away for a weekend, and they're like, oh, we've done something slap bang in the middle of it.
But that's the time I'd least want to go away, because people are probably like, everyone's going to be with their kids and that. I was saying that, like, I'm thinking
that is
like,
everyone. Aye.
Yeah, that's so I'm the one that's like, I dodge rush hour traffic because I don't need to be in it, but everybody else is in it.
Yeah, because they have to be. Yeah, so this is the time that they work 9 to 5. This is the only weekend they get off that's long, and what you've done is you've gone, I'll have that. Aye. Because also engagement party, like it is. It's one of those political things. It
was so funny with because I was going, who has engagement parties anymore? Isn't that something that you done when you were like really young? Now, like if you're like 19, 20, like you have an engagement party then. I'm like, oh, that's the age of his lass. That's why I haven't been to an engagement party in 15 years. Because not all of my mates are massive perverts.
I don't think we would have had an engagement party. But I think we would have just had some friends round or gone to a pub. What do we do? We're celebrating the fact that we're going to celebrate something at some point.
Yeah, it's a nice idea because it mingled people before the parties, so that there's not going to be a bunch of strangers. Like everyone already half knows each other from then. So I was working the room, I was going around chatting to loads of people I didn't know. I saw some people were just like sticking to clicks and all that. But I got chatting for ages to Emia's workmates. Mm-hmm. And it got to the point where they went, like, where you staying? I was like, I'm in Liverpool with my mate. And they're like, how are you getting back? And I was like, oh, wait, my wife come in early with our mates and drank through the day. And now I've come in with a car and she's going to stop drinking and just like, half drink drive back. She'll probably be under the limit by then. She'll stop drinking at 7 or whatever, right? Aye. And I just went, you didn't have these on my workmates? I was like... Is that police? Literally, like, even though my last wasn't drink driving, I just casually threw in that was drink driving like back to Liverpool.
She's a criminal.
Yeah, right. But they weren't like police. They were more like Gina from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Office cops.
Well, is she not a real police officer?
Nah, she's an office cop.
What's that mean?
I don't know, the Dean admin for them and that.
I'm pretty sure Gina goes out. It's been so long since I've watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm pretty sure she goes out and does things. Oh, no, Gina, I'm thinking of the other one. Sorry, of course you're right.
Yeah,
got you.
No, I'm on about like the kind of receptionist one.
Chelsea Peretti.
Yes.
Aye, sorry.
Yeah, so she like they're like police officers.
Got you.
Not police officers, police officers.
Aye. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yep.
I mean, it's definitely been done before.
No.
Nah?
It's not good enough to have done. It's genuinely not good enough to have done.
No, but that means there's been definitely cunts that have done it on stage. Like, what do you think the worst
on stage police office?
Man.
It's like I'm ashamed of doing it on a
Potassi yum. Like, man.
I mean, that was good though. I really laughed at Potassi yum.
That was Gareth Much.
Gareth Much. I had a banana on the way here. Potassi yum. I was howling. I was absolutely howling. And then I think Robin Grange, I was like, I'll give him that one. I wasn't laughing because it was good. Take credit for it.
I laughed in spite of it.
I was laughing because it was so bad that he would never use that on stage, but he did.
Aye, and that's why it's funny.
But he did, Potassi yum. I was fucking howling. I missed the next joke as I was laughing at it. I watched Glenn Wool miss half of Mark Nelson's set from laughing at one of his jokes.
Oh, yeah.
And it was Cullen's cock so big, Elliot Steele uses it to pick his nose. And Glenn Wool was gone forever. Forever. He's still at the bar in Altitude now laughing. There's a DJ on doing a set going, what's that Canadian guy laughing at?
I don't know, but he's enjoying it. Don't ask him, because he's been here for 2 weeks. You'll just not go.
I already forgot what he's laughing at. He's just stuck. Right.
We're in Budapest this weekend.
Yes, we are. For like hit and run on Budapest, right? We're just in and out one gig.
Aye, but I think we're staying over.
Are we getting to hang out?
I think so.
Should we get on it?
Aye, a little bit.
It's been a while since we've got on it.
Aye.
I mean, even though we just talked about the party we had last night.
One part for me.
You were drinking though.
Aye, a little bit, yeah.
You just win.
But only because I'm a bad father.
Aye.
Not because I was celebrating Matty's engagement. It was more just...
So let's get drunk in Budapest.
Aye, let's do that. I think it's sold out in Hungary, so if you come to the show, thank you very much. And also I will try my hardest to learn something about your politics before we come, and I imagine, from what I know from the outskirts, it's not fucking great. Viktor Orban, know anything about him?
Bad.
Well, I think he's a bit... I've got no information yet. This is just from like what I've learned from the periphery of the news I've watched. Pretty sure rigged election, Putin lover.
Is he?
Well, maybe not lover, but like not like he's
surely not now.
I think he's.
I hope we're not going out like. I hope they don't end up on some fucking axis of evil with Russia and we're just straight out of a gig there.
Aye.
I don't think they will be.
Man, but we've also gigged in Russia.
That's true. And also, like, would fucking appeal to the people last time. We fucking love the people that we're with.
They're great.
Well,
not all of them, obviously.
They're also victims in this.
Well, some of them are. Some. Not all.
Hashtag
not all, mate.
They haven't got H&M to can't they anymore. Kind of buy an iPhone.
I mean, how did they live?
The real victims of the war. All right.
Aye.
Let's go and enjoy the rest of our Easter weekend.
Yep. And thank you to the Patreons, the people that are watching this early. Couldn't have done it without you. Well, I mean, that's not true. You know, we did it for years without you, but it's better now.
Was that they were? I think like there's a lot of OGs amongst them, so we are addressing people that kept going forever and ever. Thank you everybody for being here and listening to our dumb stuff about biscuits. Bye.